So in the past few videos, we've gone over a lot of information, and it's a lot to remember if you've not done this before. So in this video, what I'm going to do is go over from beginning to end how to build a service. I've deleted the one that we just built. There's no playlist here. So I'm going to import it, and I'm going to link all the documents. I'm going to make sure the arrangement is correct. I'm going to link the sermon slides and the sermon video. And I'm going to do that all at one time in one video so you guys can see the whole process from beginning to end. So let's start by going to the plus button right here, Planning Center Service. I'm at the Indiana campus right now, so I'm going to hit this arrow on the Indiana drop-down. And I'm going to go to Sunday morning, January 1st, select. That'll bring it in. It opens it up. First thing I'm going to do, hit Command F, and I'm going to type in PreService. Drag and drop that. Let's go down to, I don't need to do worship closing. We have nothing for that. I don't need to know meet and greet. As you do this more, you'll start to remember that, but if you're not sure, like I said, just click on it. Let's go to meet and greet, type it in. If there's something in there, there's a meet and greet. Let's drag and drop and put it there and see what it does. It's just a slide with a communication action on it. You're better off testing it and seeing if it's something that you're actually going to need to do. Right now, we're not doing meet and greet, so we don't need that. On a normal, non-pandemic Sunday, we would have this slide here, but we don't right now. So I'm going to go down to welcome. That's the next one. I'm going to skip over let's link this right now. So sermon video. Drag and drop that to the bumper slot, not to the sermon video. And then make sure you don't forget to change that to announcements. Okay. Invitation, we don't have that right now because we actually have that slide up here, and it's there so that it goes there automatically. You see the 0.0. That means as soon as the video's over, it's going to go to the next slide. So this is actually the invitation slide right here, but we have it up there so it can be automatic rather than having to click on it. So I can skip over invitation. We don't have anything for offering, so I'm going to go down here to dismissal and drag and drop that. And again, depending on your campus, it's almost definitely going to look different than this. You're going to have slightly differently named slides, different document names, the different order of service. It's all going to vary quite a bit. But if you're ever not sure, you're always better off trying to link something that isn't there than forgetting to link something that you needed. So experiment and play around. See if there's, for worship closing here, I could type in worship closing and see if anything comes up. And if nothing comes up, then I'm good. I can move on. So you'll learn over time. You'll memorize. We don't do worship closing. We don't do meet and greet. We don't do invitation. We don't do offering. But those slots are still there. I'm going to link last week's sermon slides just so I can show you one other thing. January 3rd, drag and drop. There it is. So let's pretend, these slides are actually for this coming week and not last week. What I can do now is I can right-click on this playlist, and I can do convert to standard playlist. And this is going to give me a warning dialog that says unlinked items in PCO playlist. What that means is that these ones right here where we didn't link any documents, so worship closing, meet and greet, invitation, and offering, it's actually going to remove those. So I'm going to hit OK. And you can see now it's a much shorter playlist. So if you are ever feeling annoyed by those extra slots and you want them to just go away, you might have seen there was a cancel button there. Cancel won't actually work. It gets rid of it temporarily, but then it comes back. The best way to do it is just to right click and do convert to standard playlist. That option's gone because this is already a standard playlist. But if we do a Planning Center import right here, that option is always here. I'll show you. I'll import, let's do next Sundays. So you can see the icons are different there. We've got a little Planning Center icon there and then just a standard playlist icon there. So I right click on here and there's convert to standard playlist. I right click on here and it's just a normal playlist options. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this one since we don't need it yet. And I'll go back down here. Okay, the next thing I want to do is make sure all the arrangements are right. So I'll right click on the first song, go to arrangement, select Indiana. Go to the next song, Indiana. Go to the next song, right click, arrangement, Indiana, next song, same thing. You can do that pretty quickly by just right clicking here. And then lastly, we'll want to make sure that we have the right communication actions here. So they're still there from the last video because I didn't remove it. So I'll just go in and I'll make sure they're the right ones. So edit actions, MIDI note on. So that has the 1 in parentheses, and I'll look at the iPad. Set 1 is note 1, so we're good there. Intensity is 1, that's good. Let's go to you cannot be stopped. So first song of set 2, we're going to want to do the same thing. Edit actions, MIDI note on. Oh, so this was actually wrong. So this says 1 in parentheses, but I'm looking at my iPad right now, and it says set 2 is note 6. So it's good I checked this because otherwise it would have put the wrong lights up. So I'm going to choose 6. Intensity is still 1, so that's good. I don't have to worry about that. Press done. And then always click on it to make sure it works. Make sure it triggers the scene that you think it's actually going to trigger. And it worked here, so I'm good with that. And that's all there is to it. There's obviously a lot of cleanup that I can do with these lyrics. This looks pretty bad right here, but we're going to go over that in the next section. So as far as building a service, this is it. We're done.